Welcome to the 121st installment of Em Alejandro, your #1 place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro's about to tell him.
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
4th of July recently passed, and one of my mans for the New York Giants was turning up a little bit too hard. Jason Pierre-Paul unfortunately injured his hand and had to amputate one of his fingers. I cover this tough topic
in the Tell 'em Zone.
Tell him, Alejandro!
TA drinkers, my man Jason Pierre-Paul got hurt for the 4th of July. He was horsing around, playing with fireworks. People, please don't play with fireworks. But if you do, don't do what JPP did. We don't know exactly what he did, but we do know he fractured his right thumb, and we do know he had to amputate his right index finger. This is not a good look, people, for several reasons. First things first, for his life. Hello, he's gonna have to live the rest of his life with 9 fingers. Second of all, he plays football, and the position that he plays, defensive lineman, he needs his hands. It's gonna be a lot more difficult, a tougher task for JPP to play with just 9 fingers. Why? I'll try and show you the best that I can. Check it out. JPP's at the line of scrimmage. The ball's about to be hiked. Set, hike! JPP jumps off the line of scrimmage. One of the things he's going to do is use his hands, karate, chop, block, whatever he has to do, grab the offensive lineman. He's trying to get past the lineman and sack the quarterback. Imagine trying to grab somebody with 10 fingers. Everything's good, right? Okay, now check this out. Bam, let's remove this index finger. Now your hand kind of slides and you may not get that grip that you need to necessarily maneuver that guy out your way, you feel me? So now for JPP to play football with 9 fingers, that's going to be tough. Not only that, check this out. We got to talk numbers, man. We got to talk finances. JPP was actually entering a season where he would be on a 1-year deal with the New York Giants if he was to sign the franchise tender. JPP did not sign the franchise tender. He did not want the 1-year deal. He wanted a long-term contract. In football, basically the contracts are make-believe numbers. The only number you need to look at is the guaranteed portion, because in football, the contracts are not guaranteed like in other sports. JPP did not want to play without guaranteed money. I completely understand that. But with that set in stone, the Giants is looking at him like, yo, you hurt yourself for the 4th of July. We're not going to give you a long-term contract yet. We want to see you play this season with 9 fingers, because everything you've done up to this point with 10 fingers doesn't matter, B. You've altered your career. So now basically JPP is in a situation where he didn't sign the franchise tender, because if he did, the Giants would have been able to place him on the non-football injury list. And with that being said, the Giants would have had JPP miss the first 6 games of the 16-game season, and they would have been able to not pay JPP for the first 6 games of the 2015 season. So obviously JPP is not going to sign that. What JPP is going to do is wait till he's able to pass a physical. We don't know when that will be. And when he does pass the physical, he will start playing football in August and of course September when the season starts. I'm rooting for JPP selfishly because I'm a Giants fan, and I feel like for the Giants to succeed and win a Super Bowl this season, we need somebody like a Jason Pierre-Paul to play at a high level. Before this finger injury, I truly held JPP in a high aspect. I felt like he was as good, maybe less than good, but he was up there with a Greg Hardy, with a J.J. Watt, you feel me? Clay Matthews. I was a big fan of JPP. The past 2, maybe 3 seasons, JPP hasn't played the way that he did in 2012 when the Giants won their last Super Bowl. However, I believe in JPP. He had a few back injuries. Back injuries are very serious. And he just, in my opinion, wasn't consistent. However, he was playing the run good, especially last season. But nonetheless, this is going to be a big problem for JPP. I'm rooting for him. Please do your thing, my G. We, us Giants fans, we need you. Not to mention, he's going to basically be auditioning this season for the rest of the NFL. Because after the season, if the Giants don't want to give him a long-term contract, somebody else may be interested in giving him that long-term contract that he wants if he puts in that work on the field. Do your thing, boy. There you have it, folks. Mr. Alejandro's tough topics in the television. My man JPP suffered a serious setback in his NFL career. TA drinkers, do y'all think JPP is going to come back and be a ferocious beast like I want him to be for my own New York Giants fans' selfish reasons? Or do you think he's going to come back and try grabbing offensive linemen and have his hand constantly slide over and over with that nub? TA drinkers, tell him in the comments.
Tell him.
Tonight's plaid bow tie is brought to you by Ralph Lauren. I'm looking fly, I'm looking guapo. Donald Trump doesn't want me to call El Chapo. Tune in for more sports, cars, video game, fitness, and all that. Follow at Tell Em Alejandro to hear my immediate reaction to live sports events, or if you want to hear me cover a certain team or topic, tell them outro music. TA drinkers, y'all already know I want JPP to recover great, and I want to see him do good. But what type of Mr. Alejandro would I be if I was pulling back punches? Y'all know me, I make fun of myself and my hairline, so JPP don't get offended. I got to do this. Here we go. JPP, woo! T-E-A.